Welcome back, dudes. What is up? YouTube, Andrew Penman here. We have now got the Vestarboard hill climb test to do today. Where's my makeup? It's only me here, nobody else, just me. Right, we're going to be doing the hill climb test on the Vestarboard today. For those of you who don't know, the Vestarboard was a secret little board I got at the end of last year, 2018. I've now got it for 2019, obviously to do the final test, the speed and sprint test, and the hill climb test today. Got a new microphone, testing 1, 2. I'll do a review on that too. That's an awesome little cardioid microphone thing. Right, moving right along. The Vestarboard has got 900 watts of belt drive, as you can see on the bottom there. This is a very powerful, it's a chunky, it's a 90mm on the V2. You can get the V1 with the 90mm as well. This is a super light board, pretty much. I think 6 kilos, 6.7. It's got the 9. Actually, it's got the 6.0 battery on this one. Sorry, you can get the 9.6 battery for long range. Just does about 18 to 22 kilometer range. Very impressed with these motors. These aren't your normal motors coming out of what's happening in China. There's a lot of websites, the DIY, that have this similar looking belt drive. This is not the same, guys. Let me explain. This has got a bearing with a lip on it. It's a different technology. It's the first of this new design coming out of China, and I can thoroughly recommend this board for hill climbing and torqueability. Let's talk about the hill climb test today. Those of you who don't know my channel, I do hill 1, hill 2, hill 3. I do hill 4 on the very powerful motors, but I won't be doing that today because I don't think this is up there yet. It's only 900 watts per motor. So when I get to like 3,000 combined watts or 4,000 like the Vestarboard, I'll do hill 4. This will certainly do hill 4, but today we're not going to put it in that hill. Hill 3 has my, like the Top Gear celebrity lap timer. I get the speed up hill 3, and we'll check out the speed of that. The leaderboard is the Vestarboard on 35 kilometers an hour. That's only in half throttle and medium speed, so that would have probably done about 48 kilometers up that hill. Number 2 is the Onan 4-wheel drive, 4,400 watts, 6 horsepower. That went up there around about 28 kilometers per hour. So we'll see what this can do. The next one's come down at 23 and 22, the land wheel, the reels, whatever. So that's great to sit back and understand consistently what the actual torque and speed up the hill is, rather than just a timer up the hill like some guys are doing. You can't really get an idea what the torque and the vitometer will give you, that exact sort of range of when it starts to bite and doesn't bite. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Vestarboard. At the moment they're still offering it $499 US, including free shipping, which is absolutely insane. That price is going to stay while my reviews are going through. I've got 2 more to do, the hill climb test and then the long range distance test has been done, and the final one will be the speed and sprint test. We know it does about 41 kilometers per hour. That is insane. It's beaten the boosted Stealth and the boosted V2 and the Dual. That'll come up later on my channel. I'll show you all that. It's been so hot in here in Sydney. It's about 40 degrees with the hottest summer on all-time record. Sorry, the guys, the Northern Hemisphere, you guys are freezing your butts off up there, but down here it's ridiculously hot till we can't really ride these things during the day. My advice is don't ride these boards on over 36 degree heat. You want to look after the componentry of the ESCs and the BMSs on the, and not to mention the batteries. So a little bit of update. The Vestarboard is on its way. We're having a few issues with the undercarriage. I mean I'm reviewing it, but yeah, obviously the Zil is trying to get the undercarriage finalised. It's all ready to go. We're looking at my new travel board coming out, the Sharko board. It's taken a bit longer than normal getting the graphene oxide batteries and the casing made. That will be a folding board to travel with 99 watt-hour batteries, and it's going to be insane with a Gullwing front truck system, 10 inches. It's going to be amazing. There'll be the odd little thing. I'll do a few gadget reviews and stuff, but generally we're going to be then looking at the X-Way, unboxing the X-Way X1, the new one with the new grip tape with the suspension foam support cushioning, plus the new wheels. That is a quite extraordinary board, that X-Way. We'll talk about that in the next vlog coming up. There's a few shout outs, but I won't do it in this video. I'll get them on the next one. So let's move along to the hill climb tests. Those of you that know my hill climb tests, I do the in-screen graphs and the vitometer. We'll check out the speed, and then we'll also come back and look at the leaderboard, and we'll finalize some of the pros and cons of that particular testing today. So let's go to hill number 1, which is a pretty small 9% grade hill, but it has got a lot of steepness to it in its own little way. You need to push your board hard in terms of a kick push board without a motor. It's got a fair bit of hill, so we'll see how that one goes. Let's go to hill number 1. Okay guys, we're here now with the Vestarboard in high speed. We're going to do hill number 1. The hill number 1 doesn't look really steep. If you get down low, it's a decent angle on this, and it does take a lot of power out of the boards when they go up here. So this is the first one. Okay, Vestarboard vitometer test, hill number 1. Okay, we're into a very strong southerly headwind today. There we go. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. Okay, that was pretty impressive, but well, it doesn't look like a steep hill, but if you actually click those banners that come through, you might have seen them. They've got 360-degree views I've done now on these hills. That will give you an idea of looking with virtual reality. Get yourself a set of goggles from, you know, J-Car or, you know, I don't know, Texas Instruments, or over there at Tandy or whatever you have in the States. Get your the headsets on, and then look around, and you can actually immerse yourself as you're riding with me on those hills. It really does give an impact of that hill, and you'll see that more in hill 2 and 3. If not, just get your phone and just spin it around with your hand, or you can move it with the gyro. But if you hit the goggles at the bottom of the screen and you put your goggles on, you'll get a really good view. Also, make sure you click the 3 buttons at the top, which gives you the option of the resolution. Go to the highest resolution, which I think is 1400 resolution. That will give you a really nice clarity of that picture of the actual hill climb. Right, let's go to hill number 2. This is a fair bit bigger. It's a 15% gradient. Yes, I get a run up, but it also shows the speed on that hill doesn't stop. Or if it does, some boards have slowed down on their hills, so I'll give you an idea. Vestarboard V2, 900 watts times 2, 1800 watts. Let's check it out right now, hill number 2. Okay, we're going to do hill number 2 on the Vestarboard. That's hill number 2, and this is on high speed, so let's see what the speed is. Got some kick up this thing. There we go. Whoa, it's got some speed. Compared to the other boards, that's ridiculous. Whoa, that's ridiculous. Kick up this thing. It's impressive. Look, this has got a lot of bite. This has got a lot of power. This thing has got an enormous amount of grunt. You know, I've ridden the boosted events, and this has the booster has a slightly faster takeoff speed, a little bit, not much. but this thing over the next, say the first 20 meters, the boosted might have it, and then from 20 meters on, this thing just bites and takes over the boosted. That's the V2, the dual, and the stealth. So top speed on those are only 36 to 37 kilometers per hour on those boosteds. This gets a top speed of 41 kilometers an hour. With me, it's about 39, 40 kilometers per hour. So faster top speed, and this battery will give you an 18 to 20 kilometer range. So, you know, we're not trying to say it's better than a boosted board. Boosted board's BMS and the technology and the centrifugal, clutch system of the back wheels, limited slip diff thingy, whatever, that happens. That's a much more sophisticated technology. Yeah, I get that, but for the price, a third of the price of a boosted, yeah, this is just absolutely mind-blowing. So I went out last night at midnight, put my headset on, my neighbour saw me and just said, "What the hell are you doing?" I went for a ride at midnight, screaming around my beautiful streets around here, a lot of hills, and this thing was super silent, had a nice whine to it. Just took off around the back of Manly Dam, came around, did an hour ride, got back about 1 in the morning, and yeah, this thing, it's pretty impressive, and you know, it didn't flinch or didn't miss a beat. I thoroughly recommend this board, and I'll talk more about some of the things, the concerns that people are having about it, and what I recommend, my view on that is. So let's go to hill number 3. Hill number 3 is the big one. This is the show pony, the 100 meter Usain Bolt one. Remember, the record is 35 kilometers an hour and 28 for the owner, and that's a 4-wheel drive system. Let's check it out. Go to hill number 3 now. Okay, we're here today with the Vestarboard. This is an incredible electric skateboard. This is going to be the test today. We're up against the world record holder, the Skateboard 28 kilometers an hour, and we're up against the 24 kilometers an hour, I think is the Onan, and we'll see what this can do up hill number 3, which is the hill test. So let's go. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's see what's going to do. Picking up speed, picking up the G's have got some power. Slight headwind today. Wow, that's impressive. Whatever that was, I couldn't see. Wow, very impressive. Wow, that was. It's a hot day today, really hot day. The motor's, yeah, not hot at all after that, which is really good. Okay dudes, here's the leaderboard, the Skateboard on top on 35 kilometers per hour. That was only medium speed, half throttle, a bit of a joke really. The Onan X2 next on 29 kilometers per hour, 4-wheel drive, 4,400 watts, 6 horsepower there. There's the Vestarboard, 27 kilometers per hour. Today's result, number 1, the fastest 2-wheel drive out of anything. There's the Lamb wheel on 2,200 watts there, and the rest follow down the scale. As you can see, it's like the celebrity lap on Top Gear. The speed up hill 3 is always going to be a testimony to the power and the speed and the endurance and torque of any motor. You can't deny, you can't argue. This is the best place to get this kind of test watched on YouTube. So there you go, first place for the Vestarboard. Congratulations, what a great result. And this thing has got some bite and torque. A wonderful electric skateboard. Wow, I know I say that a lot, but this is a really yes. All the switches are going on. We have a record. 27. Okay, 27 kilometers per hour is the record for a two-wheel electric skateboard on my channel over 3 years. So, you know, the Onan is a four-wheel drive, 28 kilometers per hour up that hill. This did 27 kilometers. It actually reached 28, but it was over the hill. I can't really count that kilometer. You're over the hill by then. Astounding. All I can say is fantastic. This is the new record. I think it'll be tough to beat. I don't think a booster will do it. I will get my hands on a booster stealth and we'll do the same test, just to test to see if the booster has a bit more torque at that kV range on the 1000 watt motor as opposed to 900. But I think this has still got a much higher kV on these motors. So there you go. The Vestarboard takes the absolute record now for the two-wheel. The Lamb wheel did go close, 23 or 22 kilometers per hour. That's a 2200 watt system, but it's not, its forte is not hill climbing. This is where this comes into its own. Okay, so congratulations on Vestarboard. Frank Wong and the team out there, thank you so much for sending me this board. I've had an absolute blast riding it. It's just been like a boosted board. I was going to buy a Stealth after getting this to review. There's no need to for me. This will do everything and quicker, longer range, and I like the deck, not as flexy. That's my personal opinion. Right, let's talk about some of the concerns. People are saying to me that these motors aren't adjustable, so the belts, you can't adjust them because of the motors. Well, that is correct. Okay, the motors on these are screwed in with 3 screws. They don't have any adjustment slots. The actual motor mounts don't allow movement on the motors. They are set that way. Frankly, let me put it to rest now, right? Your belts should not stretch. I'll say it again, your belts should not stretch. My Evolve board I've had for 4 months. I've hammered that thing. The belts have not stretched, they have not snapped, and they have not moved. I haven't adjusted them, I haven't touched them. So if you ride your board correctly, and if you have a nice 5mm bit of slack on the belt, and you have that sweet spot where it's not skipping, you don't need to adjust the belts. Okay, I'm sorry, that is total bullshit when people say you have to adjust your belts. If you're stretching your belts that much, you'll put them on too tight, or you're hammering them too much. Maybe boosters because they reverse the reverse function. You're sliding, you might stretch them like that. You might need to adjust them, but generally you shouldn't have to. So this board has the original belts on. I have noticed at 90 kilos plus on a very steep hill, these first models Frank had out did not have the adjustment for the braking. The S controller didn't allow that, so you are set with quite a sharp bitey brake. The negative on this board is it has a sharp bitey brake. Once you find that sweet spot, it is actually a very reliable brake, and I love it. However, if you like a smooth braking system like the X-Way, the boosters and the Evolves, this is probably a different feel completely. It's a bitey. Now, however, Frank has now, all new boards coming out have the new S controller. I think it has the Skate app coming up with it, so you can adjust everything on the Skate app. But more importantly, when you hold the button down, turn it on, you're able to adjust 4 settings in the brake from low, medium, high to high braking. I think I'm set on this one on high. That's why it does skip a little bit on the belt on a very steep hill. But when you can adjust the belt properly to your weight, and it's really your weight, not so much the hill angle, they won't skip or they won't slip. So if you ride it correctly, and by doing that I'm saying pull the brake on quite firm while you're going fast. As you slow down, you then move the brake back a bit as you know, on an angle accordingly to the speed you're going and the letting go of the brake, and you will not skip a belt. That just doesn't mean this board, it means any board that has a belt system, even the Evolves, the boosted. You need to be mindful of how you control that belt. If you do that on the Vestarboard, whether you get the original model, you've got one, or the new models that have adjustable brake, you'll have no problems with that at all. The wheels have not chipped. I've given this about 250 kilometers. There's no chips on the wheels at all. The wheels are exceptionally good urethane. I haven't found a problem with the battery. There's not much sag. It does go quickly once it does die. So a lot of these 18650s will do that, but it gives you, pretty much a lot of power through to the last 10, 20%, and then it does start to sag. It's a beautiful carving board, nice trucks. Look, if you're looking at getting an electric skateboard, you want more bite, this is the one to get. It's still on sale, but it will, in my last video next week when I do the speed and sprint test, it will go up to $6.99. I would grab one, it's a great price. It is $6.99 on the website. However, if you are one of my subscribers and you do use my code in the description field, you will get it for $4.99. $4.99 is the price on that. Look, I'll be totally honest, I don't get any kickback from that. I can assure you there's no money going back to me. I'll get the board to review and keep, but I don't get any money from that. It's just so Frank can allow the subscribers of mine to get that discount. That's absolutely it. That's all. It's all the code is there for. Otherwise, if you're not watching my channel and you come in from outside to the website, you'll be paying $6.99 for it. Look, that pretty much wraps up today's hill climb test on the Vestarboard V1. As I said, this is an awesome electric skateboard. And stick around for this speed and sprint test. I think it'll blow your mind. We've got some secret bonuses. We've got the Stealth racing it, the V2 dual boosted racing it. We'll also have the Evolve racing it. But this thing will outpace a lot of them. It's damn powerful. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing New Year already. Happy New Year. Christmas celebrations have all gone. I didn't get a chance to thank everybody for last year's contributions, but I'm on the comments now. I do get back to you every 5 days, like I said, but I need 5 days at a time because I get so many comments. But look, guys, thank you so much for being part of this amazing channel. It's growing, it's getting fast, and it's getting quick, and it's getting reasonably popular. So thank you so much for all that, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Andrew Penman signing off.